When I first started Chainsaw Man, I wanted to see what the hype and anticipation was about. I kept hearing it was going to be the anime of the season, and so I was interested in checking it out for myself. And from what I saw in the first few episodes, I enjoyed it. The characters seemed interesting. I found Denji to be funny, shameless, and an honest sex-craved degenerate, surrounded by other eccentric characters. The animation was cool, the world was captivating, action-packed, and that's about it, what I was expecting from it. No emotional depth, just accepting and enjoying this anime for what it is. Until I received that emotional depth from the one character I was expecting it least from, and that is Himeno. When we get a bit of a flashback from her past, I assumed it would be usual formulaic backstory, nothing that'll lead away from the perception I already have of this show. Himeno seems numb to the amount of her partners that has died on the job. She's become used to the friends, relatives, boyfriends, and girlfriends of these partners taking out their anger and grief on her whenever they die. Telling Aki it's just part of the job, apathetic to it all. But when Aki sticks up for her, sticking gum on the back of a girl who just recently smacked her, he gives her permission not to feel guilty and not shoulder the constant abuse she receives. And from what I interpret, this made her smile and laugh for the first time in a long time. Now seeming to be excited about her partnership with Aki, not expecting him to die so easily and quickly like the others, is for some reason to her that he stands out. Finally getting him to share a smoke with her after denying it for so long is clear they're starting to share a certain bond together. When faced with the decision in the hotel and trapped with no way to escape, there's a devil that offers them a way out, but only if they kill Denji. With almost all hope lost, Aki suggests to use his sword, which would kill the demon, not having to offer up Denji. But Himeno doesn't allow him to, because she knows the cost of using the sword takes years off his life, and she wants nothing more than to have him survive as long as he can. For some reason, his survival is paramount to her, but I'm still not fully sure why. When Aki sacrifices a stab wound for Denji after the others become fed up and attempts to offer up Denji's body, this finally causes Himeno to freak out, now panicking like the others, knowing if they don't find a way out of this hotel, Aki will soon die. Luckily, due to Denji's persistence and careless crazy side, he kills the devil and they all escape with their lives. I thought cool. None of the characters died, still interested on how their team will build out, especially after almost killing Denji, but there's a mystery to look forward to why all the devils and even Makima are interested in Denji almost to an obsession. Typical plots, but nothing that shines bright or stands out, nor has me obsessed counting down to watch every week. At a welcoming party, Himeno promises to fulfill a deal made with Denji, that if he killed the hotel demon, she would kiss him. And just off of this first impression, I thought, oh, this girl is a fun character, someone that would offer comic relief to the plot, a flirt who loves to tease over drinks, only looking for a good time versus the others, full-on degenerate qualities, and I love it. Because characters like her adds taste and personality to a show, even if it comes at the expense of Denji's first kiss being ruined by drunk vomit, overly drunk Himeno. Oh, and definitely don't mind the amount of fan service characters like her can offer. And it's here that confirms for me that she actually likes Aki, referring to Makima as a bitch asking why Aki is so head over heels for her, something I expected but didn't want to conclude until this very scene. The next morning, after recovering from their hangover and nausea, they both share breakfast, discussing their crush for Makima and Aki. They both make a deal with each other that she'll help him get with Makima and he will help her get with Aki. And it was nice to see her in this light, having a normal, friendly conversation with Denji that wasn't part of the job or fueled by a table of drunken beers. It painted her in a different light to me, and I'm still not fully sure why that is, because it's really just a simple scene. There's no reason why this one in particular should have me anticipating the show much more now, but for some reason it did. This subplot or side mission I just found interesting and was looking forward to the comedy it might bring. Then shit went left. Makima gets shot, music amps up a bit, and then we switch to Power, Denji, Aki, and Himeno having a pleasant meal enjoying a friendly outing, and me as the viewer am just anticipating a threat of some kind to disrupt this, and it does. A random conversation struck up by a stranger turns into an instant fight, with Denji struck in the head seeming unconscious, Himeno now shot in the chest laid out flat. Aki seems overwhelmed with confusion like what the hell just happened. One of his devils is defeated by the enemy, and now it's a one-on-one, with Aki versus something similar looking to Denji's chainsaw transformation. Aki gets the upper hand, seemingly defeating him, now realizing the dire situation Himeno was in, planning to get her to a hospital ASAP, but not before someone else joins the fight, reviving his fallen enemy. With round 2 going to the enemy, dreadful music plays over a hopeless scenario. Himeno, still conscious, tells Power to help Aki, not caring for her own life. This is the first time I'm watching Chainsaw Man at the edge of my seat. This instantly became a different show for me. It went from an above average show, nothing elite, to where the hell is this about to go? This doesn't look good for a team I was slowly growing attached to. Who's about to die? At this point, Himeno subtly develops a resolve, a realization, like she knows what needs to be done. She gives a look like she knows she's about to die, so she might as well die protecting the one she loves. But me as the viewer still thinks, that's what this show is supposed to do. Convince me a character is about to die, but keep them alive so the show can continue. Don't kill off a cast of characters so soon, right? I honestly was sure they wouldn't do what they were about to do. Ambient music now plays. With Himeno using her devil to tower over the enemy, we hear an inner monologue of her explaining her admiration of Aki. While the enemy fights back against the devil, we hear how she admires how Aki is still able to cry. In a profession where tears run dry so often due to countless deaths, she finds this endearing, seeing he still has his humanity intact. Then, the cost of her devil contract begins to pay out. She loses her right arm, vanishing in thin air. The fight continues. The enemy is having a hard time against this devil, yelling out for help from his partner. Then, as the devil is about to engulf him, she loses her left arm. Aki sees her from a distance, breathing heavily, seeing her sacrifice everything just to keep him alive. She speaks to herself, "Don't die on me, Aki." Then slowly, my faith begins to diminish. Oh my god, they actually might just kill Himeno. Don't do this to me. Not after just growing attached to her. Excited to see her and Denji's friendship play out more, wanting and needing her to be with Aki in the end. I just started to get to know the other side of her, but with a little bit of hope, maybe this is still by design to have me at the edge of my seat to watch in awe this scene play out. She now goes from thinking to speaking out loud how she feels, trying to stand but falling to her knees. The ambient music begins to pick up more with pace. She says maybe when she dies, Aki can cry one last time for her as he did for others, just wanting to be noticed more by him. And suddenly, her devil is decapitated by the enemy's devil, and the music goes silent. Only hearing breathing and slight wind in the air, Aki turns to Himeno, finding only her clothes on the ground and her signature eye patch. Himeno has died. How could they have done that to me? How could they have snatched her away from me so easily just as I was getting to know her? This show completely subverted my expectations. I almost felt like they did it to me on purpose. Not just to the general audience, but to me personally. This was a hurt piece that really hit hard and close to the chest. Man, the way Aki is looking right here is me, but of course for him it's even worse. It's like he's paralyzed with hopelessness, that his best wasn't good enough, and even the enemy doesn't see him as a threat anymore. Fujimoto, you are good at what you do. This was my first introduction to you, and realize how well of a storyteller you truly are. How can he introduce a character, lead me to form an assumption about them, thinking they're just fun with no excelling qualities past being a degenerate, but then in the next episode have me desiring to see more of them, doing a complete 180, flipping my perception of them, wanting to see their story play out the most, only to see them being one of the first to die. Damn, that's some good writing. It didn't feel forced like, let's flip the viewer's expectations for the sake of it. No, it felt genuine, seamless, like it flowed naturally into the plot. I can now see where the hype and anticipation for this show came from, and I'm here for it. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify. Link will be in the description below. If you want that Samurai Champloo, Muller Boom Bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. I've just seen the movie Look Back, also made by Fujimoto, and I'll be giving my thoughts on that as well, drawing parallels to my own life of how I related to it. So if you're interested in watching that, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. See you in the next video. Free think. Peace.